There is a strange moment that happens before almost every breakthrough. Nothing looks different yet. The money has not arrived. The audience has not grown. The promotion has not happened. The business is still small. The skill still feels awkward. But one person has already separated from everyone else. Not because they are more talented, because they noticed something earlier, moved before they felt ready, and learned faster than the people still waiting for certainty. That is why the same people seem to keep winning. From the outside, it looks like luck. From the inside, it is a loop. See, move, learn, adjust, repeat. Once that loop starts compounding, the gap becomes hard to see until it is already huge. Most people think intelligence means knowing more. In real life, it often means noticing sooner. Imagine two creators studying the same platform. One sees a viral video and says, "That got lucky." The other watches 10 similar videos and asks a different question. What happened in the first 5 seconds? What emotion was promised? Where did viewers lose interest? What title structure keeps appearing? What comments reveal what people wanted? That pattern is leverage. The same thing happens in business. A customer complains once, and most people fix the complaint. A sharp operator asks whether 10 customers are having the same problem. An employee misses one deadline, and most managers call it laziness. Winning starts when you stop treating repeated events as isolated accidents. Because patterns are the future, whispering before they become obvious. But seeing early creates a dangerous illusion. You start believing that noticing the opportunity is the same as taking it. It is not. That is where intelligent people lose. Think about how many good ideas die inside notes apps. Someone spots a growing market. They save 3 articles, watch 7 videos, build a spreadsheet, ask friends what they think, then they wait. They want more proof. Meanwhile, someone less prepared launches an ugly version, gets rejected, fixes it, speaks to customers, changes the offer, and tries again. 3 weeks later, the first person still has a theory. The second person has data. Action produces information that thinking cannot. A customer saying no teaches you more about your offer than another hour imagining what customers might say. Publishing 10 videos teaches you more about attention than designing the perfect content calendar. Applying for 5 roles teaches you more about the market than reading another career thread. Movement creates feedback. Feedback creates clarity. Clarity creates better movement. And suddenly, the person who started messy looks naturally talented. They are not. They simply entered the feedback loop earlier. Here is the next mistake. People admire effort so much that they forget positioning. Imagine 2 people trying to fill a bucket. One stands under a dripping faucet and works furiously. The other moves the bucket 6 inches under the open pipe. Same bucket, same goal, very different result. That is positioning. In school, it means understanding how the exam is designed instead of rereading everything equally. In business, it means solving a painful problem for customers who can pay instead of convincing people who barely care. In content, it means packaging a useful idea around a question people already want answered. Effort matters. But effort applied in the wrong position becomes expensive. The question is not only, how hard am I working? Ask, what game am I playing, and what does this game reward? If this is changing how you think about success, like the video and subscribe, because the next part is where the gap starts compounding. Speed does not mean making careless decisions. It means shortening the distance between idea and feedback. Most people treat mistakes like evidence that they should stop. Fast learners treat mistakes like sensors. They launch, measure, correct, launch again. Suppose two people each need 50 attempts to become good at something. One makes one attempt every month. The other makes three every week. The second person is not necessarily smarter. They simply reach attempt 50, while the first person is still planning attempt 12. That is why speed can look like talent from far away. You are watching accumulated corrections. Every failed sales call improves the next pitch. Every rejected application improves the next approach. Every weak video reveals something about the hook, pacing, title, or audience, but only if you study the failure. Repeating the same mistake quickly is not speed. It is faster stupidity. Real speed has a steering wheel. Then comes the part nobody likes talking about. You start moving. You study patterns. You improve your position. You make attempts. And still, nothing happens. This is where people quit because they expected immediate proof. But progress often becomes visible long after it becomes real. A creator may improve storytelling for months before one video breaks through. A salesperson may hear 50 rejections while learning the language customers respond to. A student may struggle through practice problems before the exam suddenly feels easier. The result arrives late. The skill was forming earlier. This is why optimism matters, but not the motivational poster version. Useful optimism is not saying everything will work. It is saying, if this attempt fails, I can extract something that improves the next one. That belief keeps you in the game without requiring you to lie to yourself. And once you stay long enough, something strange happens. You stop needing other people's instructions. You begin seeing what they see before they explain it. At the beginning, everyone copies. You copy the successful format, the workout plan, the sales script, the study method, the business model. That is normal. But repeated feedback creates knowledge that cannot be downloaded from a tutorial. You learn which customers sound interested but never buy, which opening line gets attention from your audience, which opportunities are real and which only look exciting. This knowledge becomes specific to you. That is when the game changes. You are no longer following a formula. You are operating from experience. Experience compounds because each new situation connects to hundreds of previous ones. The beginner sees one event. The experienced person sees a familiar pattern wearing different clothes. That is why some people seem fast. They are not calculating everything from zero. They recognize. So why do the same people keep winning? Usually, it is not one dramatic advantage. It is several small advantages feeding each other. They notice patterns before they become obvious. They move before certainty arrives. They position themselves where effort has more leverage. They shorten the time between action and feedback. They stay through the invisible phase. And they turn repeated experience into knowledge nobody can hand them. Then everyone else sees the result and calls it talent. But the result is the last part of the story. The real separation happened earlier when nobody was watching, when one person studied while another assumed, moved while another waited, adjusted while another complained, tried again while another protected their ego. You do not need to become fearless. You do not need perfect confidence. You need a faster loop. See, move, learn, adjust, repeat. Do that long enough, and people will look at your results and say, you got lucky, let them. You will know what happened. And if this gave you a different way to think about winning, like the video, share it with someone who keeps waiting for the perfect moment, and subscribe for more ideas that help you see the game before everyone else does. You've seen how the winners think. Now, see what they do differently. Watch the next video.